Hi, good evening. It seems like a long time because I didn't, I all the timing was off. I put the tour of my neighborhood up quite early yesterday, so at night, nothing, and now it's the middle of the night, and my thing is, how we all doing? I had a really slow day. Well, good evening, ladies, and welcome to the penultimate episode of Hooking in Good Company for the month of August, day 30, August 30. And I think the whole company is here. I really do. I think this is all of you that have been with me. Let's go. And so we're gonna just do a roll call. Wave. I know one of you isn't here, but we've got Tracy. We have no, that's a new one. It's not a new one to me, but it's a new one to write. Of enjoying the journey, Cancer's lifestyle. I don't have a name, but you're here, you wrote, you visited. So Tracy D, that's plutonium, but she said call her D. And we have Wendy and Joy and Kathy and CJ, who's Scrapadoo, and Karen and Chantal, who's every night there with ideas, and Lorraine, who's always got a nice morsel, a nice word, and Linda, who's always got a nice word, Mary, who's always got a nice word, and Annie, and Monica, and Barbara, and Paula, and Simone, who I haven't heard from in a while, but there she is, and Michelle in Canada. So I was thinking, oh, I have to go all through days and see who wrote what and introduce everybody to everybody. But I guess if you read the comments, we kind of know who is everybody. But hello, ladies. Hi, girls. Hi, company. Hi, team. Hi, crew. Listens to this channel. I have absolutely no subject to talk about. I got no list. I mean, I got my book. My book is there's still plenty of room in my book, but I mean, it still comes up and goes down and comes from city to city with me when I think of a subject. On the crochet front, there is some news. I don't know if I ever showed this to you. I must have showed it, but I'm going to show it again because there's a reason. This is a Karen cake, a regular Karen cake. It was, the color is, I think, called Cinnamon Swirl. I made something out of it that was so ugly that I couldn't believe it. Because the color looked beautiful in the pack, but what I made out of it, it was really terrible, so I pulled it out. And then I went and I made this, which is the Drunken Granny, and it came out beautiful. It's a great stitch, and I made that. This is how I make all of my borders to the Drunken Grannies. So the blanket is really it's actually nice. And it's very strange how the other thing was so ugly that you don't know how this could be so nice. And it's a big one, and it's a comfortable one. And when I was into Karen cakes, in order to make, if you want to see a nice blanket, you go to the Crochet Crowd Hypnotic Tiles. Mikey has a blanket that was designed for carrying cakes, and of those hypnotic tiles, I made 8, 9 Afghans that are with all family members and their pets, because apparently everybody's, it's, I don't have one here to show you, but it's layers. It's very much fun to make. It's a nice thing, but to make it you need 7 cakes to make a good size. And I ordered the 7 cakes of 5 colors, and I had all these cakes, and I don't want to do them. So today, because I finished the shawl and I was looking for something to do with my hands, and I found, I picked poached pear. That's the name of this one. And I started another one because I'm gonna just keep on crocheting all of those. I have 7 of each color, so I'm just gonna keep making blankets out of it. The problem is it is a bit well, it's almost it's almost it's not a queen size, but it's bigger than that one, and I don't know if I'm gonna have enough yarn. So I did this much today. It goes really fast. It's nice colors. When they work up everything, I mean, if this can be nice, then that can be nice. And the other, oh, I must have, what, another 3 times 7 is another 21 cakes for 3 more blankets. So working my way through the cakes, and I thought, I was just looking, you know, I have my Gmail, and then I have my work email, and something went wrong with my work email, and I also did, and I didn't help it any, because well, first of all, I donated some money when they nominated Kamala Harris. I donated a little bit of money to the party so that it would look like, you know, they were getting lots of small donations from lots of people, because that's apparently a tactic that works. So you get much too much mail, and I don't know how to get out of that hell, because every day I get really I get mail from Harris, and from Nancy Pelosi, and from Barbara Streisand, and from the whole, everybody in the party, and everybody who's Barack Obama I have here, who I don't need all of this mail, and I don't know how to get rid of it. But in addition to that mail, I'm getting some other very strange. Yeah, it's a business account. I don't know why I should be getting erectile problems in my mail, Sex Shop 112 in my mail, Amazon from Japan. Are they nuts? They don't know where I am? I mean, they should know where I am, because the computers know where we are, unfortunately. And okay, Smart Fever. I don't know what this one is. You don't believe what's on this computer. It doesn't look like my email anymore. Men and women went crazy for the. Yeah, again, I can't open them. I don't want to open them, because I don't know what's gonna. Diabetes, dropped 50 pounds. This guy I know, he's gonna do a workshop with us. But in between all of the people, in between the 3 people I know, I have 50 deletable, ridiculous emails. It's clogging up my life, and I think that we're all gonna go quite nuts from the yeah, it's too much, the overdoing it and the speed and the ease of sending emails and clogging up people's emails, and everybody's desperation to fix a situation or to make money, because that's what's going on when you're in that when you have digital objects, and we've got them all over the place. We have digitalia coming out of 2 houses and 2 continents, and this is awaiting. I spent 1 hour untangling this. It really takes to untangle when the whole thing gets tangled. You know, you start one end, you rip something out, then you wrap up this end, and you try to unroll it. You think you've done it intelligently, but of course you haven't, because you have you got 4 beginnings and you don't dare cut. So I had to, but that's the Karen cake uncaked. Right, I don't like the ball winder, it doesn't work. The yarn collapses. And of course, we all know this, all familiar things. I will show you all familiar things. Excuse me. Again, I did nothing today. It's Sunday. Sunday is a working day in my other country. And they're still on lockdown, real lockdown. Like nobody's allowed on the street. Nobody's allowed to open his door. And I keep writing them and say, don't open your door and don't talk to your neighbors. They're okay. Nobody's in that company is sick or infected. And I was talking to Annabeth the other day, well, when she was here. And we were talking about how in the news they are, you know, everything is the biggest. It's the biggest storm, unsurvivable, whatever that means. I talk about this already. It is the worst economy since. It is, all the precedents that are being set. The first who did this, or the first and the biggest and the worst, and they never keep something kind of cool. Like today it was average weather. Today there were 35,000 appendectomies done, all successful. And that's not, everything is like over the top, super facts, I call them super facts. And they're not super, and they're facts, but they kind of exaggerate. And if you watch the news yesterday and you watch the news tomorrow, it's the same breaking news. So when there's breaking news, breaking news happens when it breaks. It doesn't happen over 3 days. And it does to make, I think it's making us all upset. Now somebody wrote to me, stop watching the news. Yeah, I don't sit and watch the news all day, but we keep a moving image on, sound off for most of the day. That's a force of habit because we do live in a war zone. So we tend to keep something on in case we have to know something, and we have pop-up messages on our phones, but of course you don't sit with the phone in front of you all day. But everything is quite, everything's bad, but it's also over-exaggerated. Yeah, it's not the most beautiful, it's always the most terrible and the worst and the longest and the most deep and the most high and the most dangerous and the most, and yeah, super facts, stupid facts, yeah. Don't have much. Don't have much. Thought I would come up, say hi, and how you doing, and glad that so many of you thought like the little tour I did yesterday. It was a lot of fun to make. It's really outside, it's, you know, the Amsterdam that's in the films that you see, that's just a small, actually what you see in the films is always the same 2 or 3 streets and they're always in the wrong direction because they, if you know a small city very well, and you see them, Jerusalem also, whenever you see a place that you know very well on television, you see that they're never going the right route because sometimes they drive and they say, how did they go from the airport down this road and then back around this building? Because the traffic doesn't go like that. The layout of the city doesn't work. That's in the editing process where they just make those same shots. A friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, a designer who actually taught me many things about design and dressmaking and color and shape and form. She once said, if the whole world has to look the same, then why does it have to look like Hackensack, New Jersey? And I've never been to Hackensack, New Jersey, but I know what she means. Because if you look at that film, you see behind Jan, there's a Baskin-Robbins. Now that Baskin-Robbins behind Jan is brand new. They did it when they put the metro up. We don't need a Baskin-Robbins here. I don't even need a Baskin-Robbins in Brooklyn. Baskin-Robbins is old story. But they matched Dunkin' Donuts, worst donuts, with Baskin-Robbins ice cream. And they brought them to Europe thinking, like Starbucks and McDonald's, that it would bring the tourists, but the tourists aren't coming to Amsterdam for Baskin-Robbins. They don't even eat it so much in the States, as far as I know. I mean, there's better ice cream now. And in that place was a very nice, like where we had breakfast in the film where I showed you, an even nicer one, just a small, very simple Dutch cafe where you could get breakfast and lunch, simple and inexpensive, and good coffee and good apple cake and good, just what you want to eat was always there. And that corner was something like 35,000 euros rent a month, and it was a small croquette shop, and they couldn't afford it, so they took it out and they matched. They put in there this stupid 2 donut ice cream shops that we all kind of, well, the neighborhood only. I don't know who was in there. People go in there because I think they have internet. And another corner they have a Starbucks. And that's very annoying. That's the Dutch should be in. We should be the ones exporting coffee because the Dutch make fabulous coffee, great coffee. Like, yeah, can you imagine seeing a Starbucks in Italy? Who does it? Or anywhere in Europe knows coffee much better than the United States. I don't really know. All things are going the wrong way. Yeah, we can do a whole story about the wrong way. Oh my God, I'm going on 20 minutes here just blabbering. But it's the last blabber. It's next to the last blabber. So tomorrow maybe I'll just blabber again and come unprepared. And if you want to turn it off, you turn it off. And if you don't, here I am gonna blabber because it's coming up to the 31st of August, and I will have done it, and then maybe I will read all the comments and write a book. What will we write a book about? Really, thanks everybody, and I hope that you're good, of course, and write me something write me, because I wake up and I will go and see who's got what to say today. All is good. All the mails are nice to read. All the comments are lovely to read. Sometimes I answer some of you back, and sometimes I just give this little heart, which means I read it, and I really mean I read it, and thank you. So, good night, or good morning, or have a good rest of the day. See you tomorrow for the finale. Good night. Have a good one. Oh.